You having a huge party?
Nope, just me.
Get delicious cuisine from the country's best chefs delivered right to your door with the click of a button.
They probably want to see how I'm moving again, and I'll welcome them. Like, yeah, come see how I'm moving, come see how I'm living, because at corner, that's what it's all about for real. If you're not getting targets, what are you doing?
You ain't getting targets. What are you doing? And speaking of what you're doing, you're watching Sports Talk 49 live and exclusively on NSPN. I'm Blake Anthony, your host of today's show. This morning, we're going to talk about Carlton Davis' new contract. 3-year extension to stay right here in Tampa Bay. And Carlton Davis has been nothing short of stellar for this team. Big corner coming out of Auburn, performing well, playing man, playing zone, getting better each year. And speaking of getting better, finding a way to stay right here in Tampa with his teammates. It seems like Jordan Whitehead might follow suit and re-sign as well. Some guys are going to restructure their contracts to try to fit some of these guys back on the team. That's good because these guys are one collective unit and they all want to play with each other. And that's awesome to see that, in my opinion, Carlton is, the senior and at the corner spot out there for the corners is coming back to lead his DBs to another season in 2022-2023 season with the addition of Tom Brady, with Jamel Dean, Sean Murphy-Bunting, Anton Winfield, and all those guys returning as well. So you want to keep your secondary fully and intact and want to keep the ball rolling. Now, as you saw on Carlton Davis has said there, he accepts all challenges. He loves to take on challenges. He doesn't shy away from covering guys as best receiver, taking on guys that are faster than him, and that's fine. That's why he's able to get that 3-year extension, $45 million contract. That's why he's able to get that with $30 million in guarantees, because he's that guy. He takes on the challenges. It's okay to lose, matchups every now and then when you take on challenges, because that's what you're supposed to do when you're the main guy on the team. You want to take on challenges of the team. You want to be able to take on a team's best player and take on adversity as it comes to you. That's what you're supposed to do as a team's leader in the secondary, among other guys. Everybody collectively shared some responsibility. Jamel Dean, had a rough beginning, came back and bounced back. If I'm not mistaken, he did not give up a touchdown pass the entire season. But we're talking about Carlton Davis at this moment. Carlton Davis had to shake off some injuries. He plays really, really aggressive and physical, really gotten his penalties down, his holding calls and pass interferences down from earlier in his career, and has gotten it's taken huge steps forward. And I think it's great that he was able to re-sign for a 3-year extension. Granted, it's not longer, but it's a 3-year extension. And maybe he's thinking, I'm not speaking for him, maybe he's thinking that grass isn't always greener on the other side. You don't go somewhere that best fits your skill set, but it does right here in Tampa Bay with Todd Bowles, Bruce Arians in the game, because those guys know how to use Carlton and they let him play in the coverages that he is most comfortable in. And I think that's essential, especially in a defender. Yes, you can always go somewhere and you think things are going to be the same, and it's not. And as I said in my tweets earlier, you're not re-signing Carlton Davis is one part, but if you're not helping him with that pass rush up front, it's going to be a rough day for the secondary if you cannot get to the quarterback, especially with the teams that they're going to be playing this upcoming season. So I'm looking forward to see what additions are they going to add there. I really think it's going to be a really defensive heavy draft, possibly pick up a corner in the later rounds in this draft to add in there as some depth purposes, some growing. Tampa is going to continue to homegrown their own guys and things like that, because that's been the new regime here in Tampa, them learning how to homegrown their own people and getting these guys to step in when duty calls. Aaron Stinney is one of them. He's came in now. It looks like he's a projected starter possibly, unless somebody comes in and steals his job from him, which is possible. Anybody in those training camps look forward to taking someone's job. You got the rookie last year that the Buccaneers drafted out of Notre Dame. He might be looking to start somewhere at the other guard spot. Who knows? Tampa Bay might have their offensive line replacements right there on their roster, but we have to see how things play out. With re-signing Ryan Jensen, helps fit the need that you don't have to worry about a center for another 3 years as well. So Tampa Bay has got some options here. Unless somebody that they really like fall into that position, I think they won't draft it. I think they have the guys that they want. You had your offensive line, sitting behind starters and getting reps in for the past 2 seasons. So now duty calls, their numbers call. It's their chance to come out here and perform, much like Carlton did and got his extension, his 3-year extension to stay with the team and to continue to be this leader in the secondary. Great communication skills, great confidence that he has, and it electrifies the entire defense, because when people have that swagger to them playing defense, it helps motivate everybody else on the D, and they upplay their level instead of downplaying it. So great job to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers being able to bring back Carlton Davis to the secondary, because there's a hole that would not have been filled. I'm not sure who it would have been filled by, but it was important for them to get Carlton Davis back on this team and under contract. And I think it's great that they did. Both sides were able to work out a deal. It didn't take too long. And Carlton now will be, going on his 5th year on this team with his leadership and his playmaking ability. We'll see if he gets some more interception. He gets a lot of pass breakups, and he doesn't get a lot of passes thrown at him, as he said in his interview. If you're not getting passes thrown at you, what are you doing? I'm sure that's a shot at Michael Thomas and many other wide receivers that can come in this league. But it's still early in this offseason. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what the future brings as far as trades and cuts and things like that. And I'm looking forward to see what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to bring in the addition after Tom Brady. Ali Marpet says he's not coming back, but Ryan Jensen, Carlton Davis, and I think Jordan Whitehead gets the deal done tomorrow. Don't quote me on that, but I think Jordan Whitehead gets the deal done tomorrow, and he returns to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as well, keeping this secondary fully and intact. That's just my predictions. What are yours? Put it in the comments section. So, with that being said, Carlton Davis returns to this team, 3-year extension, $45 million, $30 million guaranteed. Welcome back, Carlton. Glad to have you. Fans are glad to have you. It's good to see that aggressive play, and that's what they need in Tampa Bay. Devin White, Devontae David, all those guys in addition to this team now to get this pass rush up and help those guys in the secondary. I just want to get on here and talk about the re-signing of Carlton Davis. I'm not going to take up you guys too much of your time, but I want to speak about how important that is, getting your cornerback back, especially in a pass-heavy league that is called the NFL. And I'll end this as we always do. You're the master of everything. What you do with your life, what you do with it is entirely up to you. Thank you, guys. God bless. And as always, fire those cannons. Boom.